It's time to see what kind of shenanigans we can get up to with the new Sheoldred. So today we're continuing on with the new Praetor cycle as a commander with Sheoldred. This is my Creepy Crawlies deck, named after the art that's on there, because it looks like a little bit of Creepy Crawly stuff on there. So if you don't know what Sheoldred does, let's take a look at it and the art. So we have Sheoldred here. For 3 black, you get a 4/5 Phyrexian Praetor with Menace that says when it enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature or planeswalker. So if someone's playing a token deck, they can't just use that to cheese your sacrifice effects like a lot of Edict effects are dealt with. Instead, they have to sacrifice one of their better creatures in order to satisfy the ETB effect. It's on the backside. It's a 4 and a black. Flip it. Return to the battlefield flipped as the enchantment, but you can only activate it if your opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard. So we need to be either killing their stuff, making them discard their stuff, or milling their stuff. And we have a little bit of everything going on here for that. On the backside, we have the True Scriptures. Chapter 1. Each opponent, you destroy one target creature that they control or a planeswalker they control. Chapter 2. Each opponent discards 3 cards, then mills 3 cards. And then Chapter 3, put all cards from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control, exile the True Scriptures, and then flip it back up. So it is Rise of the Dark Realms attached to the Chapter 3, and then you get Sheoldred back, which will then kill something else of theirs when it comes back into play. So this is just a great card. I love this card. It's a massive thing to deal with. It's not a 6/6 like the original Sheoldred, and it's not a ticking time bomb like Sheoldred the Apocalypse, but it represents something that if their stuff's been dying or being discarded or milled away, along with your stuff dying and discarded, it's all coming back in short order if they cannot deal with this. So let's take a look at the rest of the deck. Column 1 is protection spells, things to keep Sheoldred and our other threats alive long enough to make this work. Column 2 is all removal spells. Column 3 is all mana ramping and mana rocks just to kind of advance the game. Dark Ritual is really good in this, especially because on turn 3 you can burst out a Sheoldred or another 5-drop right away and really start getting the plan ticking. Column 4 is card draw that's in here. Deadly Dispute, Sign of Blood, Black Art Connections. The fifth one is just like kind of the generic leftover stuff. We have Davriel to make them discard cards. We have Waste Not because as they discard, we get to get extra stuff out of them. Sixth column is all the creatures. Now this deck is very generic in terms of stuff. There's not like an overarching theme to the deck in terms of, oh, it's all one creature type or all doing this thing. It's more of a mismatch of really good black creatures and things that you can do with them. And so we have a lot of those in there. We have Ayara because we're doing black creatures. We have Ebon Death as a flash-in threat. We have Yawgmoth to put counters on things, but it also helps us proliferate. There's a little bit of proliferate built into the deck so that when we flip the True Scriptures over, we can rapidly fire that off. That way we can kind of duck some enchantment removal as we move along here. We also have just a good shell to have Phyrexian Obliterator in as one of the newer cards that's in the format. It doesn't see a ton of play, so I thought I would just give it a whirl, and it's actually pretty fun. And, you know, if anybody's stuck with damage-based removal, they're kind of screwed. And then we also have Grey Merchant of Asphodel, you know, good old Gary here. You just slam him, blast your opponents for every black pip you have on the board and keep on moving. Turgor of Fright is here. I said this before, probably, I think it was around the time that Sheoldred was revealed, that it is going to be the best friend of Turgid because it forces them to discard a non-token permanent. So you're going to get that stuff off of them when they sacrifice. And then Turgid also just has the benefit of taking the discards too. Then we also have Massacre Worm as a board sweep type thing, and that's good for resurrecting. Because we are doing kind of a Reanimator theme build in this, and we do have a pile of Reanimator spells following this right after. Rise of the Dark Realms, I mentioned that Sheoldred has that kind of built into her Chapter 3. Well, we have the actual spell in here, too. We have the original Sheoldred in here as a way to resurrect our stuff and kill their stuff. Cruelty of Gyox, this doubles up as ripping a card out of their hand and a reanimation spell and a tutor if you need it. Eldest Reborn, removal spell, discard spell, resurrection spell. Rise from the Grave and Assemble from Parts. These are ways to get things out of our yard. Null Priest, if you kick it, you can bring something back. And then we also have kind of this is like the pile of stuff that I wouldn't usually use in just any other deck. This is like real specific to this deck and some new stuff. So we have Mesmeric Orb. I don't use this card very often in decks, unless I'm playing like a mill deck. Well, in this case, I want to mill my opponents down as quick as I can so Sheoldred can be activated. This also has the benefit of messing with their draws. Just be careful because it can also mess with yours as well. We also have Cemetery Tampering. Since we're playing kind of a mass reanimator theme at times, we can use this to fill our graveyard up and go ahead and get more stuff in there to bring back on a big pull. We have Invasion of Innistrad as one of the new cards from March of the Machine. It's a flash invasion card that when it enters target creature and opponent control gets -13, -13. So pretty much you kill anything it hits. And then if you can flip it, it turns into Deluge of the Dead. It gives you 2 zombie tokens, and you can pay 2 and a black to exile a card from a graveyard. If it's a creature card, you create another zombie token. So it's got some good utility behind it too. We also have Vat Emergence. This is from Phyrexia All Be One. This is the reanimator spell from there for 4 and a black. You put a card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control and proliferate. The reanimation spells that I picked for this deck steal things from your opponents too. So as we're milling them and getting goodies in their yard, you can target their graveyard and swipe some of their stuff to kind of tilt the balance back in your favor. We have Vraska Betrayal's Sting. This is here from Phyrexia as well. The big thing here is card draw and the proliferate, so you can push the True Scriptures up as quick as we can. And once in a while, you're going to use it as the treasure removal ability. You don't care about the -9. The -2 is the big deal here, because then if you have a big threat that's a big problem, just make it into a treasure and it goes away. And then we have Breach the Multiverse. This is the big reanimator spell that came out of March of the Machine. For 5 black, you get a sorcery. Each player mills 10, which helps us with Sheoldred as well. For each player, choose a creature or planeswalker in that player's graveyard and put them onto the battlefield under your control, and they become Phyrexians in addition to their other types. So this is designed to mill a big burst of cards off of both players' decks. You get something good out of your graveyard, and then you turn around and use that as a threat against them, as well as filling the yards up to launch off the big True Scriptures or the big Rise of the Dark Realms or whatever you're doing to finish the game off. And the mana base is real simple. Cabal Stronghold, 35 Swamps, because that works with that. Atakanuma as an additional reanimator spell. Nykthos, because we have so many black permanents. Plaza of Heroes for protection, and Tyrite Sanctum for protection as well. That's the deck. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's talk more about it after the gameplay. Gyox. I'm surprised anybody's actually trying to use that thing. I tried so hard to get that thing to freaking work, and I could never get it to work. It's so slow at what it's trying to accomplish, because you have to wait to actually get it out, wait to get counters on things, and then those things have to die in order to get the copies, and it's just a win more type thing. It's like, okay, so you're getting additional copies of these things, but by the time you've actually gotten the additional copies and then drawn to them, it's like, who cares? You're probably already dead at that point. I know that's what was happening to me. Alright, let's hit them for 1. Let's start this correct. And then let's go ahead and do a Deadly Dispute. We'll sack the Ghast. I'll get treasures off of both. And then I'm going to cast... I'm going to end the turn, actually. I was going to cast the Cemetery Tampering, but I think I'd rather have that Breach the Multiverse available, because I can blast that next turn. Or I can just play Turgid. Or I can just play Sheoldred, you know. I mean, if they don't have a removal spell for this, their shovel gets to just get eaten alive. Okay. And that's fine. I mean, if I'd have done that before, I can still get it back. Breach is not that far away from being cast anyways. I can play Sheoldred if they don't play something else right now out of the command zone. Actually, I'm gonna play Turgid first. That's more my speed. Make them have things to kill things. I mean, you put the counter on there, it just gets exiled. Like, okay. Alright, now I'm not screwing around. That shovel's gonna die. And then we still have Breach available. And there's Gyox. Probably just turn Galissa into something. Or I can just meat hook for 4. That would work too. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Sheoldred's not attacking. We're just going to move this along. Discards a card. If they don't, conjure a duplicate. So I'm going to discard Vraska. And then I'm going to discard the Cemetery Tampering because I'm not giving them a copy of anything. Because I think I'm going to Breach this turn. Because that also gives us the ability to activate. Actually, let's hit them for 4 to start. Because we have Menace. They're taking that. And then let's Breach the Multiverse. I'll take your Glissa. That's fun. And out of my graveyard, I will take Sheoldred. Om nom nom. So that's fun. Okay, so they can Noxious Gear Hulk the Sheoldred's 7, and that's fine. I don't care. I have other ways of getting it back. And now I can activate my Sheoldred, because now they have a bunch of cards in their yard. So, that's fun. Ooh. And we can do this. This is even more fun. Activate. So we're going to destroy that. And we're going to go ahead and attack them. And let's go ahead and do this. I'd like to draw. Thank you. Play a land. And let's go ahead and proliferate this. What did we get off of them? Oh, I got their copy of Gyox, and I got rid of their Languish and their Ritual of Soot, so I'm okay with that. And I'm going to get all my stuff back next turn. Boom. That's fun. I'm not going to gain the life because of the Chupacabra triggers, but, you know, whatever. Let's just drop Davriel for the hell of it. And let's reflip this. Now that was fun. Adeline, alright. So we got a bunch of little guys coming, which is nice. We have plenty of board sweeps and stuff. Sure. I like this. I could turn to Sheoldred. Or no, sorry. Turn to Solemn into a turn 3 Sheoldred, possibly. Alright, pass turn. My math's a little fuzzy today, sorry. So yeah, I could do turn 2 into the Solemn Simulacrum. Or I could do a Ravenous Chupacabra, depending on what they play. Also depends on what we draw. Like if I draw a Mana Rock, I don't know if I would do that or not. Because I think I would rather accelerate into Sheoldred. It just really depends on what they got going on. What the hell does that thing do? Another creature gains flying. Okay. Not great for our Planeswalkers, but that's alright. Alright, there's Ebon Death. So now it becomes a question, do I want the mana acceleration to get to the 4th mana on the next turn? Or do I play that and then play Sheoldred next turn? I think I'd rather just get the mana acceleration going, to be honest. Yep. Because I think in the grand scheme of things, that actually might be more beneficial than just trying to get Sheoldred online against a bunch of little, like, 1 and 2 damage creatures. Because this keeps the Monk of the Open Hand from attacking me anyways, whereas trying to get... I mean, Sheoldred would do it too, but I'd still take the extra damage this turn. Because even if they double spell and get him bigger than swing, I'm going to block it. I want to say exile the Solemn, which would kind of suck. So next turn the play is probably the Ravenous Jupes. Okay. I mean, I have worse things in my deck. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and destroy the Monk. Because I don't care about the Eddie Tail Hawk nearly as much. They can only do that trick 1 time. Or, what was it? 2 times, excuse me. And unless they have other energy cards in their deck or proliferate, which white is not great for proliferating things. I'm not too concerned about that. Plus, I have a Bone Shards. Now, if they play something this turn, like I'm waiting for Adeline to come down, because then I can do some dumb stuff to it. Alright, now they're just cycling and playing a Bone Splitter. Okay. Honestly, I don't remember that being in the game, but it must have came in one of the anthologies. Alright, we did not get anything good out of that. So, we're just going to swing for 2. And then I think I'm just going to Bone Shards that thing by discarding a card. Maybe. Or do I sack a... Actually, I'm going to sack the Chupacabra because I can bring it back. Rather than letting them have something to kill and make counters with or whatever off that, we're just going to do that. Oh, I want 2 lands. Great. So probably mana screwing myself in the process. But I like doing this, because then if they cast Adeline and I draw a land, I can play Sheoldred. Or I can just use Rise from the Grave and get the Chupacabra back and blow it up anyways. Alright, there's Adeline. And looks like, yep, they're bone splitting. That's fine. Oh, you're not what I need, though. But I have a Death Toucher, so it's okay. I screwed myself by milling myself. It's, whatever. Probably draw a card off of the staff. Not sure what else we're doing, though, because it depends on what they got going on over there. Most mono white players playing Adeline usually play a little faster than this. I don't know what's going on. It's usually like you turn your creature sideways or you don't do it. So we got 5 mana. Sheoldred can come down, or again, I could do the Rise from the Grave tricks. Depending if they play another creature or not determines what I do in that regard. I might just blow Adeline up with the Chupacabra and then play Sheoldred on the recast, which is probably the smarter play, because then if they spend their time recasting Adeline, that gives me time to build up towards the big Sheoldred just to eat their creatures later. I don't know what their holdup is. Alright. So they have 6 mana. Andante Vanguard. Okay. So that changes the play. Maybe. If they swing with Adeline, I'm going to block it and kill it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to force them, if they have a protection spell in hand, I'm going to make them use it. So... because that Mire Triton's not really there for anything other than dumping cards in my yard so I can resurrect them with Sheoldred or one of my other spells. He's got to have some... it could be the Andante Vanguard, because it holds up priority. But they have to have something else. If that's not the case, you wouldn't swing with Adeline without having like an indestructibility type thing. I wouldn't think. Or not. Okay. That was kind of interesting. The dynamite exploded right as she died. I call that an interesting thing. Yeah, that Andante Vanguard's gonna die next turn, which is fine. Unless they have another creature in their hand. Could be that. But I think my Sheoldred's going to eat that for lunch. We'll see what happens. 3 cards in yard. We're going to go ahead and draw a card. Okay, we've got a swamp. Good, good, good. Quit scooping! Niv-Mizzet Parun. Alright, let's see what we got. This isn't too bad. Let's go ahead and keep this. Because we have the removal, we have ramp, we have Yawgmoth. Not going to play the Null Priest. I'd rather use that as a resurrection spell because a lot of my creatures tend to just get blasted off the board. Same thing with the Malakir Rebirth. Might regret not playing that as a land. We'll see. Any day now. Alright. So yeah, I should have played that last turn and I didn't. That was an oops. Oh look, it's a thing I'm gonna kill. Do your activation. I have something for it. Unless you're minusing and dump 15, which I'm okay if you want to do that. Okay, well, you know, it can die. Go away. Alright, let's do some more ramp in here. Yes. I've never understood the may on Solemn Simulacrum. Like, the whole point in playing the card is to get the advantages of both sides, and it always does that. You may do this. Well, that's crap. A Kesmina, huh? Yeah, okay. Wish I had an enchantment. That would be fun. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play Sheoldred. I would say they might have a washout in hand. Yeah, I'll go ahead and attack. I'll take a card. Alright, Crux of Fate, which is actually really good against Niv-Mizzet, because you're just like, okay, I'll just destroy all dragons, and my Sheoldred lives. Dum-dum-dum. Let's see here. We have 6 Emanas. Probably just Soul Transfer at this point. Exile. Because the longer we let that thing sit around, the more damage we take and the more combo potential they have coming off of it. Because the fun part is if they decide to go ahead and kill Sheoldred, I could just let it go to the yard. And it wouldn't matter. Let's do Davriel. I was thinking about doing Staff of Completion, but I think I'd rather start ripping cards out of their hand. I got a counterspell out of them, and we're at 6 cards in the yard. We don't have a whole hell of a lot going on. Okay, we got a Typhoon, you say? Let's go ahead and nuke another card. Because that'll put us at 7. Alright, let's go ahead and attack. And let's... While they're tapped down, let's see if they got anything good. Let's get the other Sheoldred rolling. Because this Sheoldred will outlive a 5 damage board sweep, so... that I'm not too concerned about. And it'll eat the sharks as well. Bad part is now I can't swing with the other Sheoldred. But, they cleared the mine, so that sucks. That means their yard's clear. I'm going to have to try to get their yard back down. Yes, please. Alright, so we have a Dark Ritual. I think if I do it that way, let's just play Yawgmoth for now. And I'm gonna go ahead and kill the other shark, just because then I have a sacrifice engine to put the Solemn in my graveyard, and then Sheoldred can keep returning it. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and Dark Writ now, and then I'll Choop and kill the 4/4. And then both Sheoldreds can just kind of go in there and say hello. And how many cards do they got in the yard? 2. Let's just go ahead and rip the last card. I'm not worried about the 2 damaged chips, because they're not going to get down that low. They got too many other things going on. This way, at least, I have chip damage to kind of, you know, throw in there. Alright. It's a 5/5. They're looking at my Sheoldred. It's like, if you want to kill it or bounce it, I'm okay with that. Alright. Okay, so what we want to do here, I think, is I think we want a Massacre Worm. It'll kill a 2/2. They'll take the damage from it. And then trying to think how I want to do this. If I do 2 hits off of that, you know what? Let's go ahead and swing with these 2 at their head. Because if they chump the Yawgmoth, then I can sack the Chupacabra to kill the shark, and they'd lose 2 more life. Alright, so we'll do this. Put a counter on it, sack the Chup. They'll lose 2 more life. The shark is gone. And let's go ahead and drop Staff of Completion. Because then if I want to, I can draw a card. I wish I had enough mana to drop Eldest Reborn. That would have been nice. But I'm okay with that. Alright, so we got the 2 blockers for Sheoldred. Though that's actually not what I would have done. But, okay. Because they can't swing. But with Yawgmoth sitting there, I can just pick off the 1/1. That's a very strange decision. They have what? 1 mana, and then this thing cheapens stuff. Let's go ahead and try to get the Null Priest of Oblivion on the board just as a 2/1. I just want a sacrifice engine, and then I'm going to do this and sack it. So that frees up Sheoldred. They'll take 2 damage, and then I swing for 4. Base is the place. Good game. Now that worked out really well. Sheoldred hasn't been doing like so hot for me in the last few games, but this was actually pretty good. It's Vorinclex. All right. Let's get the Praetor action going here. Crap. Kind of iffy on this hand. I'm going to keep it though. Since we're on the draw, it gives us 1 additional card. Because I do have the first at least... Okay, there's a land we need. That gives me at least a few plays to get into this and get like the Spawn of Mayhem and that kind of stuff going. I mean, right now the Massacre Worm's looking really tasty. Alright, there went my Turgid, which is fine. I can still get that back later. Okay. And there's Vorinclex already. How the hell? Oh, because that thing. I didn't realize that was a thing. Hell, I haven't even seen this card be in the game. Alright, we're not going to block that. We'll take the 1 damage. Vorinclex can go meet his early end here. Because I want to keep the little crappers on the board anyways. Because that just makes that Massacre Worm that much better. I mean, they can probably already recast Vorinclex, so I mean, it's not a huge deal. Alright, so what to do with this? Do we Plague Crafter and then sit back? Because they'll just block or drop one of the little dudes into the graveyard. They won't do Big Boy over there. And what is his activation? 8. So they can flip him into whatever. I really need to start eating their board up. We're going to play the Spawn, not attacking. Because they can't swing with the Vorinclex and flip it. They have to either flip it or attack, and I can block it with the Death Toucher. So it's not an ideal situation for them. This is like find the big dumb stuff deck, I think. I have to try it. I actually have like 2 or 3 Vorinclexes that I've opened. So I have the cards. Alright, the Mire Triton's gonna get squished if they don't just double the counters. Alright. I'll take the hit. We'll drop Nykthos. Still can't play. Well, I can with Dark Writ, though. Let's do Dark Ritual into Massacre Worm. That'll chew up some real estate for us. Alright, let's go ahead and swing. We need to start pressuring their life total. So that... Okay, that flips them over into the enchantment, so that's fine. And they got some big boys in that pile. At least 2 of them. What's funny is I'm going to have enough mana I can probably kill both of them this turn, too. They might be dead because of that fact. Yeah, I think I have them over the barrel. Because I can do Sheoldred. They'll have to sack one of them. Actually, I don't have enough mana, do I? Oh, no, I have a Cabal Stronghold. I haven't played my land for turn. Yeah, I got them. So they're going to take the 2 damage, go to 11, and then I play the Plaguecrafter, and they have to sacrifice the Elder Gargaroth. They'll lose 2 more and go to 9, and I can swing for 10, and they're dead. Alright, so we're going to drop this, and we're just going to drop Plaguecrafter. We'll sack the Plaguecrafter, and then they die. Oops! That's kind of the idea of the deck. Teysa Karlov. And we have matching avatars. Nice. Sure, I'll give that a whirl. We got Shamlingast, which 1 land, and we're in business with black market connections and cemetery tampering. And the Plaguecrafter. So I have options, which I like. Now, if our opponent wakes up, that'd be nice. I'll probably fast forward this if they take forever to wake up. So we got the gas down. Hoping to draw into some land here. Not a land. That's not good. Alright, we'll pass. Because if they want to swing at me, I'll gladly take the treasure. Come on. I want your treasure. Or I want my treasure, I should say. So I can kill the Crawling Chorus too. Damn. Alright, pass. I mean, if that keeps them from hitting me with a Crawling Chorus, I guess I'm okay with that. Probably, if I ever top deck that land, I'm going to play the Black Market Connections, because I'm going to need to get mana fix going here. But it looks like they're a little mana screwed too. Unless they're just sandbagging a land until the second main phase for some reason. Okay, there's that. I guess Black Market Connections, because we really need to fix the land screw. Alright, there's a Luminous Broodmoth, which is royal pain in the neck. If I do that and then I shred the... I'm just trying to think of what the best play here is. Not gonna block. Alright, there's the Chupacabra. Which means I can fry the Brood Moth. Yes, I'm auto-paying. Thanks. So no more returning shenanigans for their board right now. Alright. I need to kill that board, like, really quick. Like, I think a meat hook for 2 next turn is in the cards, because I don't need them getting Teysa Karlov down and all of that stuff doubling up. Because, like, double death triggers, double all that is just, no. They're searching for something. Which, tutors always scare me, because they can get, like, the perfect silver bullet. Or in this case, they could get, you know, like a shield, something to kill my Sheoldred once I get it online, or, you know, something of that nature. We'll go ahead and ding ourselves one more time here with the full gusto. Let's just do this for 2. I need to not have all this crap doubling up next turn and getting death triggers and all kinds of other shenanigans, because that would be, what, 8 damage and 4 tokens being left behind if I wait. Not my idea of a good time. I mean, I could have played Sir Conrad and then tried to do it, but then I would have probably taken more damage, and Sir Conrad would have probably gotten blown up by a kill spell. So, not really my style for that. Alright, they got the Brood Moth back. Though Sheoldred can eat that this turn, so... just creating a treasure. Sheoldred's gonna eat the Brood Moth. Unless you have a weird way of getting a flash non-token creature on the board. Oh, okay. At least it goes back to their hand. It's not a back to the battlefield thing. We have 3 treasures. What do I want to do with that? Anything? Nothing? Everything? I think I want to do Cemetery Tampering, so I can try to get my graveyard some more targets in there. Let's put the Dreadhound under the Tampering. There's options there. Ugh, they got their Celebrant back with the Blood for Bones. That's a pain. Block it. I mean, I'm going to take the damage anyways. I might as well not get the poison. Alright, let's see. Anything good? Nothing good? Just that. Play the land. This is so annoying. If I play Vraska and -2 it, I can turn the Celebrant into a treasure. And I don't take the damage there. So let's do that. Go be good and go away. Alright, we're not attacking because I need to keep from getting hit. The Black Market Connections is doing a little too much damage for my taste. So there's the Broodmoth again. Joy. Though I can probably just get rid of it this turn. Oh, crap. I hate that card. It keeps coming back. Alright, what do we got in the yard? 8. Just the treasure. Alright, so we have a Rise from the Grave. I have Sir Conrad. I can get rid of the Broodmoth, because I need to. I can probably just kill Teysa outright as well. Let's do Sir Conrad first. And then we'll do the Plague Crafter. I need to push some damage here, because we're so perilously close to dying, it's not even funny. Alright, so I got some triggers going on here. And now I'm going to swing with Sheoldred, because again, we need to shove damage really, really hard here. If they do anything funky, I can actually resurrect either the Plague Crafter or the Chupacabra next turn with either one of the spells that are in hand. Alright, there's Teysa. So they're going to try to do both those, and that's fine. I will gladly lose Vraska to get rid of that Krill Celebrant. Take action. Just a bunch of lands and crap. We're not getting any closer to not dying here. How many things are in their yard? Okay. I don't want to kill, or do a flip kill with Sheoldred just yet. I think Rise from the Grave on... I think the Choop. As much as it would be cool to get the Luminous Broodmoth from them, I have Vat Emergence for that too. So... that also nets us either way, it nets us an extra damage. I can get Ebon Death out of my graveyard too, which is another damage. So let's go ahead and push the damage out. Let's get Ebon Death out because I got the trigger. They're top decking, so this represents lethal damage to them also. If they don't get a board wipe, they're screwed. So well, hello. We got a board wipe. Yes, I will take that action. Sir Conrad, punish them. Take action. Alright. Crap. We are getting dangerously close to death. I don't like it. Let's use Vat Emergence to get Sir Conrad back. It's like, where is he? So then 0. And play the Plaza. End the turn. So I'm going to start milling them. And try to churn this deck over. Alright, there's a black market. Not something I'm too concerned about. Let's try to get them to flip some creatures here. That's 2. They gave up. I think I might have had it just because of the mills alone. Raddic Tal Zealot. All right. I'll give this a try. It's not amazing, but it's not like god awful either. Yeah, because they're not gonna block. A matter. Do I just kill that? Yeah. Actually. Let them have the card. I want the mana online quicker than I care about them getting a card. Because I could have bone charged it, paid the mana, and then not let them have a card, but then I'd be down on mana. Now watch I lose by 1 point later because I let that live. That would be the all-time funny. Alright. I'm just gonna go ahead and kill the Esper Sentinel right now. And I'm gonna pay. No card for you. Go away. And I'll gladly swing into this, because I don't think they're gonna block when they want to keep something on the board. Alright, there's General Kudrow. I'm kind of glad I killed that other thing, since the... Ugh. Ugh! Don't exile my stuff. Alright, it's Sheoldred time. Start eating things. No. Dire Tactics. Oh, you suck. Alright. I'm gonna have to meat hook this board. Just because that Kudrow screwing with me is just gonna drive me nuts. Let's see, I can meat hook for 3. Yeah. Get them gone. Oh, Jesus. That is all-time scary. I guess just play this, because I got nothing better to play right now. Waiting around to build up black pips to hit him with Grey Merchant in one hit is not a great idea. But that is scary as it all gets. Alright, let's get Sheoldred back down. Alright, not attacking into that. What do we get in our yard? 6 cards. 7 with Plague Crafter. I'm trying to get them to the 8 so I can flip Sheoldred over. Alright, there's the Tyrite Sanctum. Let's go Plague Crafting. And we'll go ahead and sack the... I'll sack the Plague Crafter. I was thinking about sacking the Gary, but it's not like the best plan in the world. And I will play Gutterbones. No attacks. Which might have been a mistake. I should have probably shoved Sheoldred out there just to put more damage on him, because Cathar's Crusade is getting out of hand. This turn I'm going to put Grey Merchant in front of something, because this is just hexproof, right? Okay, so it's not protection, so it's not, they can't prevent me from blocking with the Gary. I'm going to take the 8. I'll block here. there's a Knight of the Ebon Legion. I need to blow this board apart, like, really bad. Like, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. God, one short! This is so frustrating. And I have no cards in hand or nothing to do with it. And no way of getting anything back. Yeah, this is not bueno. Yeah, 8 or more cards in graveyard. I can't get another card in their graveyard because they haven't expended anything into it, and they have lethal damage over there. So, yep, we done. Vorinclex Monstrous Raider. Okay. Sure. This is not awful. Got Gifted Aetherborn into Davriel, which then I could go into either Turgor's Lantern or I could wait. My light over here. Oh, what is it with my opponents today? They queue up and then they just sit there. I'll fast forward here in a sec. Well, our opponent finally woke up. It's been like a minute later. Go with Gifted Aetherborn, like I was saying before. Do that probably into Davriel. Kind of like that plan. And then we can just start yanking cards out of their hand. Starting to think I need more discard in this deck because I just got done struggling and I was at 7 cards in their graveyard. I needed 8 to activate Sheoldred and try to save my butt. And it just didn't happen. Let's get that thing out of there. I know they can unearth it, but it's better just to get rid of it right now than to play around with that too much. So then I can do Turgid next turn, which then gives me the ability. Ooh, made him discard an old Gnawbone. That's a heck of a discard. Too bad I didn't do it when I had Turgid down. Okay, they're gonna probably go after Davriel, is my guess. It's like I can't minus him anymore, so it's like whatever. Unless I mean, I could do it to get one more card out of him, but if that's all they're doing is spending 4 mana to kill a 1 counter Davriel, I think I'm doing pretty good. Alright, let's get Turgid down. So, I mean, go ahead and play stuff. Sheoldred's gonna eat things. Oh, that's bad, though. Planeswalker, I can return 1 from the graveyard to my hand. I think I want to do Soul Transfer and return Davriel so I can replay it and start ripping cards again. Because now they got to worry about discarding permanents, which green is real good for having permanents. I'll take that action. Like, I'll gladly take that action. I don't think they realized what they were about to do. They're going after Davriel. Like, okay. Play Sheoldred, you lose. I mean, I just want really quick, I wanted to see what the damage count was on the board. 7, 11, 12, 13. So I had Xaxes. They looked at Turgid right after that, and I think they realized, oh, I shouldn't have discarded that card. Korvold, all right. Let's go. He's scary, but not as bad as he used to be. There's actually scarier commanders. A Dark Written Hand is actually kind of nice. Because I could do a turn 3 Sheoldred. I could also do Cruelty if I want. Ragavan. Oh, hey, guess what I got? The thing that takes care of that. Go away. Nice little top deck there. No treasure for you. Alright, we'll drop this. We'll go ahead and drop the Waste Knot. Because if I start making them discard with, like, the Cruelty of Gyox or whatever, I can get some extra stuff out of them. Okay, there's Jewelry. Not too concerned there. That's a bit of a problem, though. I think... I'm almost thinking I should just Meathook Massacre the board. And get rid of that mess over there with the Dark Writ underneath of it. I could do Cruelty of Gyox, because Sheoldred's only gonna hit Jadar. They're not gonna sack Jury just yet. Alright, let's do this. As much as this pains me to do, this is gonna be for 3? Yes. And it's not going to have any power. It can't hit me for anything. Because it's not counters, it's just the power. Next turn, can't do much. Well, I do have a symbol from Perts, but... And I could use Takanuma, but I don't have anything in my yard to use it on. Oh, they're mana screwed. Well... I think at this juncture, it's better just to go ahead and start playing out more mana rocks and stuff. I don't want to hit them just yet with stuff. We are going to do 1 card draw off of this, because that is a steep cost. Why, hello, Turgid. You're fun. We're going to go ahead and play this. We'll see if we can actually net something off that Cruelty of Gyox later. Or the Sheoldred, you know. Sack, make me, gimme stuff. Okay, there's a Lantern, and I'm fine. If that's all they're playing is that, we're okay. Alright. So we can do Cruelty, and I could do a Proliferate off of the Staff. Ooh, I kind of like this plan, too. Let's do Cruelty of Gyox. I want their hand. I want to see what's up in there. See if there's any cool permanents I can steal. Well, holy shite. Okay. Yeah. I guess, Jesus criminy. This is insanity unto itself. I guess give me the Sheoldred. At least it's on theme with my deck. Take it. And let's go ahead and edict them now. I'll take your Falcon Wrath Forebear. People don't like you stealing their stuff. It's just the nature of Turgid. Once you get her going, I know it's kind of goofy. I said this back during previews that this new Sheoldred was going to be Turgid's new best friend, and it's working out pretty well so far. Seizan, Perverter of Truth. I have not seen anybody try that deck yet. This looks like a bad hand. That's better. Give me mana ramp, please. Okay, I'm going to keep the Malakir Rebirth, actually. Because we're playing against another black deck, they're going to have removal. Okay. I guess the Cemetery Tampering is the least of my worries right now. Play the one that comes into play tapped. Black. Alright. Let's just go ahead and keep on mana ramping. And pass. Not overly concerned with what's going on over there. Alright, so this allows me to do this, and I have the Malakir Rebirth online, so I'm not worried about playing Sheoldred and them trying to kill it. The only thing I'm worried about is an exile spell, and I'm just going to do this. Doop. So I get both your creatures. Oh, damn, they really didn't like that. Okay, well, I burned 2 removal spells out of their hand at the very least. They still have to sacrifice one of them, because the one went off. So, that was pretty good, though. Alright, so it's the beginning of my upkeep, at the beginning of their upkeep, they sack it. So probably gonna play the other Sheoldred this coming turn. I mean, I could replay my commander, but I don't know if that's the right play or not. I mean, dang, I'll take some cards. Got pile of 3 over there. Let's just play the big Sheoldred. They're gonna have to sacrifice the Reaper or the Seizan. And I got another removal spell out of their hand. They still lose their creatures. I can replay my Sheoldred. They can't. They're likely not going to be able to play a whole lot this turn because they did that. Okay, they got a Virus Beetle. I'll just discard the Tenacious Underdog because it's like, okay. Problem is this is almost like a black burn deck with the way it's built. Okay. Between the damage I'm doing to myself, it's kind of a problem. So that gives me the ability to do actually, you know what? I'm going to actually do this. I'm going to read ahead this all the way to chapter 3, use it as a resurrection spell. I don't usually do this. In my graveyard, I want Sheoldred back. And I want to swift end the Virus Beetle, so they have to sacrifice the Seizan. They'll take their 2 damage. I could have done that so they didn't get the cards, but I rather would have just did this. They must have nothing but a deck full of freaking removal. Because holy crap. Alright, they got a Dreadhorde Invasion. Alright. So, what do I do with that? I guess. I guess I just kill it. I mean, there's no reason not to at this point. I'll keep the Takenuma in hand because I can use that to get the other Sheoldred back. I mean, if they want to keep wasting their time killing Sheoldreds over and over and over again, I'm okay with that. We'll put it back to command zone. I'm fine with that. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. If I draw a land, well, actually, I have a land in hand, so it's not like I have to draw it. We'll just go ahead and do this, and I'll just recast Sheoldred and kill the Sorin. Like, I don't care if they kill Sheoldred again. Like, this time I'm gonna let it go to the graveyard. I'm not that concerned. Okay, I'm a little concerned now. I'm not getting removal, which is a real pain. Alright, we're going to Massacre Worm to get rid of that. And then I'm going to Liliana of the Veil and make them sack the Flesh Gorger.
And you think you can win?
So,
One of your friends has to leave.
oop, clicked on something that brought the mute button up. Well, there's a problem. If they hit a Gary, I'm in deep crap. Oh, thank goodness. I mean, they got the other Sheoldred, but they didn't get. They took my Sheoldred though, which is a problem. Six. We'll resolve that. Oh. Oh, that's too funny. What are we at here? A lot. I guess let's go ahead and just make us discard cards. I'm not gonna play the Spawn of Mayhem. That just seems like I'm asking to die. Let's get rid of my Sheoldred that they took. Let's play Tenacious Underdog and Tiny Bones. Because ooh, my Gary. Uh-oh. Son of a... Damn it. It has Menace. Ah, crap. Well, we tried. We were one turn away. Radha, Heart of Keld. Alright, let's see what we can do against that deck. I actually kind of like this hand. We'll go ahead and keep it. We have early stuff to deal with things. Feed the Swarm can help us. Cold Steel Heart can help us. We can get the Mesmeric Orb online pretty quick. I'm hoping to draw one more land. Okay, there it is. So let's get the Heart down on black. Go ahead and attack him. So next turn, I'm probably going to do Staff of Completion into the Mesmeric Orb, or I could just kill her outright. So let's do that. Let's do the Staff, and let's just kill that. Make them have to keep recasting it, then it doesn't get to do its things. Because not only are we removing it, we're tempoing them down, because then they lose a blocker, they lose a turn recasting it. And the fun part is if they spend this turn recasting it, then I just drop Sheoldred and kill it again. So it's like, what do you do? Yeah, see, they didn't want to just recast Radha because it would just die again. So, oops. All right, we're gonna go ahead and drop Ayara and the Mire Triton. Just get that extra ping in there. All right, Spawn of Mayhem fell in the yard, but that's fine. Probably going to draw a card off the Staff, too, this next turn, just to kind of get our hand going again. Morag. Okay, well, that's going to get hit with Sheoldred. I don't like that card. Alright. Or I just didn't... Well, no. Let's just do Sheoldred. Make them sack it. Because if they have an untapped mana, they might have a way to protect it, and I don't like that. So... we've got the advantage. We might as well push it. Now, burn down the house would suck here. So... but what's funny is I have... if I get one mana off the top, I can do Conrad and Mesmeric Orb. And that is, like, very dangerous. Because that can... if you mill enough stuff off the top, they're going to get burned. Come on. I know they're thinking it out, like, what can I do? Because this is a lethal board. Alright. Alright, they made some bears, got some land. I'm gonna go ahead and draw another card. It's expensive, but it works. Let's go ahead and force the issue here, and let's just go ahead and swing. So let's see, the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I can kill them right now, because I can just do this. We'll go ahead and take the hit. They'll die, Conrad will hit, and then when it comes back in, Iara hits. Actually, Sir Conrad did it for us. Never mind, I forgot their stuff counts towards the death triggers. I thought it was just mine. So, they were dead either way. So what do you guys think? I had a lot of fun with the deck. Couple things. This deck needs more discard. That's the bottom line. I need more ways of ripping more cards out of their hand directly rather than relying on the mill to make it more effective to get Sheoldred online quicker and to reanimate things a little bit quicker. I also think that the deck needs, I'm not 100% certain what it really needs, but Sheoldred is kind of one of those things, like, if you don't keep it alive, you're never going to get to flip it over. I only got to flip it over, I think, in maybe 1 or 2 games, because either they killed it outright before I could ever get it online, or it was a case of, if I don't cast and flip it on the exact same turn I've cast it, it's not going to matter. It's going to be dead before you could ever do anything with it. Or there was games where there was nothing in the graveyards that it would have done anything for us in the first place, even if it ever got to that Rise of the Dark Realms chapter. So that said, I like the deck. I like the commander. I think it's a lot of fun. This deck could use a lot of tweaking. I would really appreciate your comments below. Let me know what you think I should be doing with this deck. Do you agree I need more discard? What would you put in instead? I'm all ears. Let me know. And as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.